Huh. Well, let's just make sure that we're actually streaming.
Hi, guys.
I don't know if we're streaming. I'm just waiting for it to appear on YouTube. What's that make you? Sucker.
Makes you stream. Just a little bit.
Live with Roger 1 year ago. That's...
For those of you just now tuning in,
we're just figuring things out.
Live streaming from the cabin.
Yes.
30,000 viewers. $90 donated.
Sure.
By one person. 12 times. So like $30. That's crazy, guys. Keep it coming.
I don't know.
I can check. It says we're on YouTube.
Am I on YouTube?
Yeah.
Are we actually streaming? Because I can't.
You're on YouTube.
I don't see the stream.
Excellent connection.
We're testing things, boy.
I don't have my phone, so I cannot look.
There I am.
You're live. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Me Day.
What that make us?
Yes. So this is just a, hang out and check and make sure that the live streams are working. See if anybody comes popping in and saying anything. I can see the chat because I am prepared for things.
Yes, you need a microphone over here.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could just...
Sit over there.
Yeah, but then, yeah. Let's see, Thundy's in the house.
I can set the camera to the wide shot.
Where'd the guy with the beard go, and who's this hunk? This is Marky Mark DeMarco. Whoa, that was...
Marky Mark DeMarco?
Marky Mark DeMarco. Sounds like I'm having a stroke.
I can do the wide shot, so it's everything, and then I can sit in there if you want me to. Wait, which one is that microphone, right?
It's number one, is that one. Yeah, we're just testing things, Thundy, making sure things are working. Give me some thumbs up or whatever in the chat if you're watching and if you can hear that things sound okay.
It says I'm evil, but I'm not evil.
Did you change the camera angle?
I did. It's wide shot, so it's all of us.
It's all of us, huh?
Yeah. I'm on YouTube land. I never thought the day would come. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Oh, hey, how's it going?
It's been a very, very long time since I've done a live stream, so there's really no there's no room for error at all.
Yeah, if you mess up, you're losing all your money. It's gone.
I don't want to lose my $7. It sounds good, he says. This is good. I like that it sounds good. Seems like it looks good. There doesn't seem to be any...
Except for that loser on the left side of the
actual
video.
issues. I'm here with the one and only... TLM, a.k.a. Tyson Matson, the IKF, PKF, PKB
world champion.
I never said I was the only world champion. Yeah, dude, it's been a long time since you've sat down here. Actually, you sat down here to do
a test run, test stream. It's test live.
No, test podcast.
And now I'm just a test boy.
Mm-hmm.
They are always talking to me about my testes.
Yeah, your testes drop. I can't say that. I'll get fucking demonetized.
Quoting ICP?
Yes, I was. But, yeah, man. The last time you were here, we did a test tremors discussion, and there was a plethora of technical issues. So eventually I'll get you on the podcast. I mean, you're here right now. Tyson's mic sounds quiet and distant.
All right.
You got to turn it all the way up. Yeah, it has to be all the way up.
For those of you just tuning in, what's up?
Tyson is figuring things out. On the wide shot, you're blocking your face, just so you know, because I can see it. And I am as well. But, yeah, I suppose since you're actually here, we can talk
in
about...
the flesh.
Talk about some randomness. Talk about some things.
The Knot. Any juggalos watching right now, and if you haven't listened to The Knot, listen to The Knot. You will not regret it. It is amazing.
It is not.
I just looked at your jersey.
It is not bad.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, so I talked about this in the podcast, but, summer's over. You're back to school, which is not awesome.
Dislike that.
and still training. Had one last competition at the end of summer.
Mm-hmm.
So gear you up, get you ready for another one.
Started slacking off a little bit,
Well,
but
we had Halloween and your
Yeah.
birthday.
happens to the best of us. That's why it happens to me.
Yeah. We'll get you back in there handling some business.
Of course, always.
But man, this actually, it looks pretty decent. I don't know that it needed to be public, but it
Yeah.
is what it is.
It's good to fill Evil's shoes, even though I only fill him halfway because he wears like size 20.
Dude's got ginormous feet. Yeah. So a lot of big plans for the channel this year, or actually next year, 2026, and lots of big plans for you
For me,
musically, which
musically.
I suppose we could talk about the fact that you did, just release an album.
I did. I released an album called No Costume, No Candy. It was a Halloween exclusive. There's only 5 CDs in existence, and you can't have one. But it is on YouTube. Look it up. It'll probably be hard because I only have 47 subscribers, but I mean, I'm in the biggest YouTube platform right now, so I could shout myself out.
That's right, the Deep Cut Podcast, baby.
Everyone's heard of it, and everyone loves it.
Everybody knows what's going down. But before your Halloween EP, which I'm on 2 of the 3 songs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we did a collab, and then I did a solo song, and then
That's
you
right.
did a solo song. But before that, maybe 10 days before that, actually.
11 days.
Yeah, you released is it your second full length?
My second full-length LP called Limbo. It has 20 songs, and it's the best music I've ever made. Because I made it, I made No Costume, No Candy. I made that before Limbo,
Mhm.
but it went out after Limbo.
Right.
Yes. But I've had a lot of time to grow since my last albums, guys. So listen, and please don't make fun of me.
Yeah, don't do that. That's not nice.
I mean, you can't diss who has no image, but it is all right.
Oh, lordy.
What about what's been going on in Rogerland? Noteworthy.
Well, we had Halloween.
Featured on the Shaggy Show.
That's
up
right.
in
I was going to
here.
say Shaggy 2 Dope himself took a look at our Halloween decorations.
Yeah.
Which was cool. And got a kick out of them. And then a lot of people in the Juggalo subreddit really dig the podcast set. So
Any
that's pretty cool.
Juggalos here? I bet there's like at least maybe a couple, maybe one.
It could be.
This is a surprise stream, so
Yeah, there was
probably
no
like 3 people, 1, at least 2.
Yeah, I would say there was no promotion of this. There was no anything because it was like, let's just see if this will actually work, because it's been a very, very long time since I've done a live stream. And
Years, right?
it's been about a year
About a year.
since we did a live stream. We switched, because over the summer we switched to the video podcast to kind of make up for the fact that there weren't any live streams. But the plan going forward, we've got a new monster of a PC. We're working on some other stuff. We're going to be able to have a mobile version of our podcast so that we can take it to conventions and things like that.
Power of laptops.
Yes, but there's going to start being a little bit of different structure, We love to talk about movies. Don't get me wrong. We can sit and talk about movies all day, every day. But after a while, it starts kind of feeling like,
Repetitive.
like I want to branch out. I'd like to interview some of the people that we've had the pleasure of meeting in the convention circuit.
Yeah, because you're not just the movie guy,
Yeah, well, I mean, when we make movies,
Yeah.
there's all kinds of stuff that goes into the production of a film, and I want to talk to people about that kind of stuff. Again, one of my main influences for doing this channel, or even getting into film in general was Adam Green's Movie Crypt.
Mm-hmm.
And their podcast, which was based off of their fake show on Holliston, but their podcast, they would bring on people and interview them and talk to them about what it's like making a movie and like when they decided they wanted to work in film and all of that stuff. A lot of interesting stuff goes into the choice of being a creative, and you know that, you know, more than anyone. You're a kid with good grades. You
Heck
could
yeah.
you could do any number of things, but you chose to kick people in the face and
then talk about
and
that.
make rap music, like, and also art, like drawing and all the cover art and things that you do.
Mm-hmm.
But most people aren't wired like that, you know. So
Why you're different, guys? So
Yeah.
back off.
cut from a different cloth, if you will. But I mean, you come from a house of
Crazies.
crazy, creative,
Lunatics.
weird people. So
Loony, maniac, psycho killers.
loony. That's a Stand By Me reference. Deep cut.
Holy snap.
I did it. I threw that out there just because. But it will be nice. We're trying to figure out a way to get back to where we can do the live streams once a week. And that would be Evil being remote again. Also, there may be live streams like this where maybe I pick a day during the week and I just do like an AMA, pop in here. No bells, no whistles.
No
Just
chimes.
yeah, just a very bare minimum, simple live stream, unless I have someone on the ones and twos. But most of the time, I'm not going to have anybody on the ones and twos. So
Maybe the 3s and 4s, but
that's right.
yeah, sometimes it can be daunting.
It can when you're all by yourself. And you know, we've kind of restructured. We've been kind of like rebuilding the team and figuring things out. And like I said, I've told you, and I think some people in the YouTube world know that like the plan is to extend the set. The set looks very big on camera, but it's not really
About
all that
3
big.
inches wide.
So
Force perspective.
the plan is to build out further along that wall, to build out further along this wall. And then that way, if there needed to be a third chair, third microphone, those things are all possible for people who wanted to come be in person on the podcast. Other than that, though, there will be the mobile version of the podcast where like we print up a big backdrop of the cabin, and then we can just hang it on a backdrop hanger and take our laptop to wherever, whatever convention, whatever, dining hall, whatever side room that's off these, convention
Church
centers.
basement.
Yeah, and talk to people in the industry. That's kind of the plan moving forward. And then obviously other people we're going to figure out to where they can call in, and they would be audio only. So then, so Evil and I would be here in person, but then guests could be audio only.
Like a radio show.
Yes, like a radio show.
That'd be dope.
So that's one of the plans.
You could literally ring up Jim.
From accounting.
That's right.
I don't even know who that is.
From accounting. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Crunches all the numbers, if you will. But
And then he spits them out.
lots of different things that we want to do, and it feels good to be in a nice creative place again. There was a brief stint towards the end of the live streams last year, a little bit before last year. It started being kind of taxing. It's hard taking away time from being with you guys and being with the wife and all of that stuff. So
Which wife?
the only one, the one and only Miss DeMarco, Megan Matson of Matson Masterpiece.
Best mom ever. If you guys think your mom's better, shut up.
Wrong. But it just feels good we took a little break, a little siesta, if you will, and we thought for sure, hey, if we move into the same kind of format with the podcast. We make it a video podcast. We make them premieres on Friday nights or whatever. The core audience is going to follow because it's like a live stream. But it's not, because you can't interact with the audience. And I feel
That's
like...
what live streams are all about.
Yeah, and I feel like they got a little, you know, a little slighted. Like, yeah, what about hanging out with us? We want you guys to hang out with us, because that's the whole deal about Buddies Forever. The whole deal about 3B Video, Deep Cut Podcast, whatever you want to call us, the Tuna and Racer Show.
Deep cut.
That is a deep cut. The whole deal is meeting you guys, talking to you guys, making friends with you guys, because in real life, Evil and I are jaded older men who are recluses, don't have a lot of friends. So the interweb friends, that's
Fill the gaping hole
whoa, hey.
in your heart.
I mean, they become real friends, and you get to meet them. Like one of our channel regulars, Matt O'Brien, is super loyal dude and was very friendly. Also found out he lived in Omaha, so got to meet him a few times, and then he even came to Shenandoah to one of the stores here and bought a copy of Tapehead.
Nice.
So it's like we don't get to hang out often, but we do get to hang out because we are friends, and that's super fucking cool.
That is very cool. It can be challenging having a wide fan base because you're not going to be able to meet everyone.
That's why having a small fan base, like the 3 people in here right now.
Yes, 3.
Yeah. Is
Some
nice.
Twilight Zone stuff.
Yeah, it's nice to if we keep it contained, you know what I mean? It's easier to reach out to each and every person. There was a brief period in time when we were doing like the 5-6 videos a week where it was like impossible to keep up with comments. And once that was kind of burning me out, so we dialed that back to like 2 videos a week plus a live stream. So we were doing the recommends video, 1 review, and then a live stream. That was a little bit more manageable. And then it kind of got to the point where we're doing so much more research and so much more work for the live streams that the 10-minute reviews were kind of like, they paled in comparison. So we stopped doing those and just focused on the live streams. And then the podcast was born. So
the Deep Cut Podcast, where all of your fantasies and movie-like wonder is truly alive and not at all fake. It's all real, baby.
Yeah, we keep the kayfabe forever.
It's a K-fabulous, you could say.
You could.
Don't say that, because that's stupid.
We could, that sits though.
That sits. That sits.
We can make that a
Sit.
reality.
We could give that a seat and it will sit down. Give that a chair.
Sit down for 6-7 minutes, maybe.
I'm going to murder your family, starting with me. And then I'm going to come back as a ghost and haunt your face.
Oh, yeah, a lot has changed, but not much has changed, if that makes sense, when it comes
Perfect
to
sense.
the way things operate around here. And I'm just feeling good. I've taken the better part of this, whole past year, obviously getting you in shape so you could compete. I was getting in shape, and it kind of turned the clock back a little bit for me.
Mm-hmm. He's now 13.
Which was nice. Yeah, don't I look 13 minus the bald head? But I can tell how much more quality of life I have from just wising up and taking care of myself. And that has also helped me be like, I have so much more energy to give to this that I'm not ready to let this die or go away. So
Sometimes it pays off to be the wise guy.
man, see?
Messing with the frog, see? Does he even say that in the movie? Does Pest even say that? Or does he say something else?
It sounds like messing with the frog,
Messing
so
with the frog, see?
so it'll always be messing with the frog to me.
That's a deep cut. No one's watched that movie. And if
The
they
Pest?
have, they don't like it.
Yeah,
But we love it.
Most of the people out there don't like The Pest.
Stop pestering this man and give him your money and buy this DVD.
Which,
for
yeah,
you.
speaking of that, where John Leguizamo, I know you became like an A-list actor. You know, you're in John Wick. You're in all kinds of stuff. Why can't we get a Pest Part 2?
Oh, that could never be made today. You know it. I'm blind.
That's right. Of course, you didn't see me because you were blind.
Man, I love that movie so much.
It's very good. Yeah.
I used to watch that every day, along with Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Two very different movies, but still both humorous.
Very different flavors of popcorn, if you will. That's one of the things we like to say around here in the cabin. But, yeah, man. I don't really know.
See any good movies recently?
Yeah, but those are for the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, those episodes will be coming out when they come out. Oh, so speaking of things that are on the horizon, obviously we talked about your album that came out on the 20th of October.
That's right.
Which, find TLM.
TLM.
I posted
Limbo.
it in the community tab of the song that I did, but follow that rabbit hole. Buy a CD.
I will get to be so awesome and famous and awesome rap.
And humble.
Humble, the rappest humble man. Humblest. Continue.
But yeah,
Go
what I was
on.
going to say is, go on.
Deep cut.
I am actually in the process of recording and releasing a 5-track EP. Yes, I've come out of retirement. Again, like I said, getting in shape has kind of given me a new lease on life. 2 years ago, I'm kind of going through the motions of these movie reviews and everything, and not in a great place physically, which also puts you in a bad place mentally because you're like kind of in a prison cell. Your body
Is your temple.
and so you got to take care of it. You only get one of them, man. And I'm at an age now where like I can't afford to get out of shape again because it's so much harder to get in shape. But like I was saying, I've been kind of reinvigorated with this zest, this gusto. And when you released Devoid, you were like, you want to maybe do a verse for me? You know, and so
Rad, bro.
yeah, which was kind of a wild, surreal moment to come out of retirement and do a verse for you. And then Germ from Lyrical Front is coming out of retirement and releasing his album. And he asked, hey, man, I'm not going to do this album unless I can have a verse from you. So I did a verse for him. And then everyone kept teasing me. Like Megan was teasing me. People online were like, so when's the album coming out? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it ain't. I'm not doing an album.
But
And
things
then-
change.
And then you're kind of sitting around and you write a verse.
Then you write another verse.
And you're like, you know what? I'm not terrible at this. So, and that also goes back to that indie label that picked up all of my old albums.
Scattered Intestines.
Scattered Intestines reached out to me and said, hey, you're a legend. You're a pioneer in horrorcore, which, you know, split the wig a little bit, but they wanted to re-release my albums. And they're like, you don't have to do anything. Just give us the permission and your like PayPal. And then every CD that sells, whoop, you just get money. And I was like, I don't have to do anything. And you're going to resell my albums? Okay.
Give me money.
So they did that. And they're a small label and they treat me very well. They like me, which is odd coming from the, you know, past I have with record labels. So to not be treated like Dookie is kind of wild. So, oh shit, we got Strange Monkey in the house. Mr.
Yo!
DeMarco. Yeah, we're just testing this out to see if it's working. So give me some thumbs up if it's still working well. Yeah, Mr. DeMarco and TLM in the house. Even though it says evil, it's not evil.
That's not me, guys. Don't worry.
It's
that
not
I
evil.
am not evil.
What if Evil shaved his beard and then he looked like you?
That would be great. That would he shrunk down
Yeah.
to the size of a 16-year 16.
Yeah, it's weird to say, isn't it? You're getting old.
Guys, can you pretend that I'm 4 years old for me?
But yeah, so this label was treating me very well. And it kind of made me, and I was writing these verses kind of off hither and thither, and I was like, man, some of these are nice. And I was like, you know what if I gave you guys like 5 songs, if I gave you guys an EP, would that like help the credence of the label, since it's a newer, smaller label, and they put a lot of stock in me, which again, I pat myself on the back or stroke my own ego. It makes me feel good that someone thinks I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get to hear that very often. So I was like, I'll do whatever. So I'm going to give them 5 tracks. All are done except for the very last one. And then everything just kind of needs to get its proper mix down.
And that other one that I got to still rewrite.
Well, yeah, that's the 5th track.
Oh, that's the 5th one.
So
I mean, I'm not on that.
The only collabs on the album are my son and former Cutthroat Productions recording artist that we were both on the label at the same time and we never got to work together, Creepy X. I love this dude's flow. I love his voice. I jock this dude so hard. So his album, is Killing Myself is the name of his album.
Can't say that.
Unaliving Myself.
There you go.
It is phenomenal. And I used to listen to it on repeat. And him and I are kind of working on a little something also.
A little something.
So I had asked him, would you do this track? And he's in the process of writing and recording it. And then you're having some studio issues. So once that gets resolved, we'll be back to finishing that last track. But 5 songs, easy peasy, a little something. And, I'll probably put the songs up on the YouTube for free listen. But then the album, like the physical copy of the album, will be on sale on our web store.
$1,000.
Nah, it's probably going to be, since it's 5 tracks, I might even only go like $4 on it. Like it's not about the money. It's just about the project.
Yes.
Doing it again, So
I care only about money.
I mean, really, no. Like selling a 20-track album for
$10, that's really cheap.
that is cheap. Physical media is not a cheap, it's not a cheap thing. It's not a novelty.
Yeah.
And it'll be there long after the internet shuts down or whatever. If you forget to pay your internet bill, you can still put a CD in.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for Y3K.
That's Chris Jericho's new tag team. You don't know anything about that. That's not a deep cut, but that's above your head.
That's above my pay grade because I don't money.
That's right. You don't get any money. Yeah, you don't, because
I don't have a job. My job is being lit, dope fam.
that's a Film Riot
That's
reference.
Film Riot reference deep cut.
Yeah.
No one here gets that.
If you don't watch Film Riot, you're doing yourself a disservice.
And Corridor Crew.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we're just giving these people. They should be talking about us. We're awesome and humble.
Yeah. I could just go on tangents about all the things that I watch on YouTube. I don't know. I watch
freaking Sora videos. Those are hilarious.
I'm kind of stuck on Sora. So if they end up popping in the chat, one of our patrons and a local guy that he hooked us up with a giant care package a while back, which we still haven't even got to that podcast where we talk about it, but is constantly sending me Sora videos of
freaking
Tapehead video games, of Tapehead when he's fat, Tapehead doing all kinds of craziness. And then he's been sending me cartoons of Evil and I like walking and talking, but we all sound like either VHS Mikey or Rick Sanchez, which is hilarious. So
I'd watch that show. Rick Sanchez and VHS Mikey in the show.
The long-term goal still
Cartoon
is, to get to a point where we have the manpower, we have the ability to put out that season of Roger and Evil's Video Store Adventures. That's the one thing about a cartoon is they don't age, you know? So even turning back time as I have with taking care of myself, time waits for nobody. So you just keep getting older, and
Not me though.
There is a slight amount of vanity involved for me where I'm like, man, I don't want to be on camera when I'm like a 50-year-old dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys, have you seen Blood Rage? Dudes, like I don't want to be that.
Friggin' ear hair coming out.
Yeah, I shave that, You probably catch a glimpse of one that I might miss here and there.
I've been braiding my ear hairs. It's way better at catching wax, and then you can make candles.
Yeah, so you light it, and then it just goes. Then you
Yeah.
can see in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turns your eyes into flashlights.
Strange Monkey says we need Tapehead 3. I'm not ruling anything out. I will not rule anything out.
We just need another $7,000. Come on. Even if you got a finger to lend, come on.
Come on. I will never say never. Dylan Weeks is the fucking man. He loves putting on that gear. He loves handling business. I will say there is I probably shouldn't. I won't like out anything, but there's a project that is involving Tapehead in a minor capacity that is going to be happening for our good buddies Cyber Skull Media. Thundarius is in the chat right now. So yeah, you were lost for a second, weren't
Yeah.
you? So there's a
Tapehead 4?
there's a project. Also, I've been sitting on this for a very long time, but we do have a new merch store now. And we've had the artwork from Tony Tulips, aka Anthony Pond, who was in both Tapehead movies and did both posters.
You done.
He did an entire coloring book
Oh, yeah.
worth of Tapehead art, and I did not know how to go about pressing up a coloring book. Well, guess what? We have a new merch store, and that's a possibility through them. So that's something that's Tapehead related that's on the horizon. Nothing like waiting 3 years after your movie comes out to release a
Yeah.
fucking coloring book, right?
Freaking color that, yo.
But I do have a short that I started the treatment for, and I'm going to kind of revitalize everything, because originally I wrote this short to star me and Evil. And every day when I would look at it, I would go, I just don't want to act on camera. And plus, Evil is a big dude, and it doesn't quite work for the short that I'm wanting to do. So I'm going to retool it, and then there'll be casting involved. And most likely, I'm probably going to reach out to some of the cast from Tapehead Return of Jacob Cobb to fill. It's a very, very small short. It only involves 3 people, and I already have 1 cast. So it's just something I want to do. It's been a joke between Evil and I for a long time, which is exactly how Tapehead came to pass. It was a joke between Evil, VHS Mikey, and me during we were doing a Discord call.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a podcast. We were just joking, and we just went off on about this.
I feel like everything starts out as a joke, and then you start committing more
We just
to it,
we
and
push.
then
Yeah.
it's not really a joke no more,
And then
and then it's a movie,
and then
it's
it
out, and you
lives.
can buy it.
Yeah, it lives and breathes. It's in the universe. It's a thing that you can pick up and touch, smell it if you want.
It doesn't smell like much.
No. Unless-
Whatever DVD and Blu-ray smells like.
Well, the Blu-rays that are available right now are available at Dude Where's My Vape in Shenandoah, so they probably smell like grape vape juice. I don't know what that store. Probably incense, Nag Champa incense. But
I thought you just called me an insult, freaking Nag Champa.
you Nag Champa. But Strange
Sounds
Monkey.
like something you can't say.
Oh, Thundy says I agree. You agree on Tapehead 3. We get the money, dude. I will, if I had the cash, because I can't remember if you guys remember that we did that Indiegogo, and I think the goal was 20 grand. And I was like, if I were to get 20 grand, you better believe all of those gore gags would have been through the roof.
I mean, they were already incredible for what we had.
Yeah.
Friggin' styrofoam and pig's blood.
Well, we had some decent effects stuff that we were able to spend money on, but if I had the rest of that money at my disposal, yeah. And also, I don't want to like crush anyone's souls, because not a lot of people know that this is a thing. But if we had reached 20 grand, I was going to do everything in my power to include Linnea Quigley in the movie.
For real?
I
didn't know this.
Yeah, no, it was a secret. Everything was because if I talked too much about it and I made it a reality and then I failed, it would have killed me. Still, kind of going back and watching Return of Jacob Cobb kills me in certain aspects because, you know, like I said, you spend a year of your life editing something and you feel like you've got all the footage in the world and you start chopping it down and chopping it down and chopping it down, and it's like not quite your vision, but it's close enough, but it's not quite.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things where, yeah, you know, but Tapehead 3, it's possible, dude. But I don't know, man. We got to push a little harder, get the podcast in front of more eyes.
Tell all your friends, tell their grandmas, go cross the street down to your local kook's house and tell him about it until he starts screaming at you. And even if he's screaming about it, that'll reach more people because it'll be Screaming Deep Cut Podcast.
Yes.
Go outside your house, set a timer, set an alarm for 3 a.m. today night.
2:17 a.m. like
Yes.
weapons.
Yes, go out and scream 3B videos, Deep Cut Podcast, and scream it with all your friggin' lungs, dog.
You know, I've been kind of kicking around an idea. A lot of people obviously know that we're big time, or at least I am. Evil isn't, but I'm big time Juggalo, big ICP fan.
Let's go.
And the business model, and you're also in the middle of reading Behind the Paint.
That's right.
Which is one of the best books ever written. If you are an independent creator, you have to read that book. The hustle notes are immaculate. But I've been kind of toying around with an idea. There's only a few people in the chat, but I'm going to pose this question to the chat. I'm thinking about starting sort of a Deep Cut Podcast street team, and to where it'd be like if you were to post a short, like, and you are able to send that you did post this short and share it to people or whatever, and we have like evidence that you are sharing and putting out our stuff, that everyone that's on the street team could get a merch store specific discount code.
Ooh, that's nice. Print out posters, design them, Canva, it's free.
And I think something like that would be kind of dope. And then also offering like an exclusive shirt for like the Deep Cut street team.
Yeah.
You know, things like that are just little things stirring around in the noodle. But yeah, Thundy says, give me some time. We'll find some sponsors. Strange Monkey says, that would have been incredible. At the end of the day, you guys put in so much work into those films, and they were awesome. The podcast will pick up again. Believe it. Yeah, I think that's an interesting idea, the street team type of deal. Anything to where you get some kind of foot soldiers involved, because there's only
Ninja Turtles.
There's only so much that Evil and I can do, but that's not an excuse. You know what I mean? Like, you just go to as far as you can reach, and then you travel further. And we live in an age now where it's not necessarily all about traveling in a vehicle, because we have the
all you got to
internet.
do is Nice.
Bum, bum, bum. So, yeah, be like, message someone who doesn't live in our town.
Yes.
Send them a copy or a short, and then tell them, send this short to someone who doesn't live in my town or your town. And then it goes further than that. And then
Post some of these things on Tickly Talk.
I can't post on TikTok because we were banned from TikTok.
So that's what you guys got to do right now.
Anyone who has TikTok, which I wouldn't be able to tell because I don't have it. But
I'm not playing right now.
get out there, go do it. But I do have I got a small list of people that are like my first ups that I want to interview for the channel. And then, obviously we are doing a show every week now. So we do a video show and then we do an audio only show. And the audio only show has a different format. But Evil and I are also bringing back movie commentaries where if you're a Patreon, the video version of the commentary that you get has the movie attached to it. So you can watch, even if you don't own the movie, you can watch the movie while listening to us ramble.
Yeah, that's the catch. You got to listen to these yahoos.
Yeah, listen to us go off on all of our weird tangents.
Grabble, 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 grabble. South Park reference, deep cut.
Which is what we do. We very rarely stay on topic because we're not film critics. We're not
Critics, man.
Yeah, critics never ask me how my day's been. Eminem reference, deep cut. But, we approach it differently from everybody else, and I don't want to be one of those guys who just recites IMDb facts at you.
Yeah.
You can literally click that link and read that crap yourself.
Kane Hodder played Jason Voorhees in at least one movie.
Yes.
Tyson Madsen met Kane Hodder at least one time.
Tyson Madsen has not played Jason Voorhees in at least one movie. Yeah. So, we pride ourselves on our format, what we do, and we're trying to add more because, again, like I said, we're reinvigorated. We're feeling good and putting more things out there for you guys is the only way we know how. So we got the new merch store because I addressed it on our community tab, but Teespring, they were fucking up and they got to hear it. So many people were ordering things and just not getting them. And then Teespring would not respond. Teespring's not they were just not being held accountable. So kicked them to the curb and switched over to a
Fourth Wall.
Yeah, switched over to Fourth Wall based on the recommendation of Thundy.
Yeah, Deadpool be breaking up that stuff.
What? Oh, the Fourth Wall. I was lost for a second.
That was stupid.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's all right. It's okay to be stupid. But
Don't hit me.
Not while the cameras are on, because that's illegal. So, we're just trying to up our game, offer better quality product, and with the assistance behind the camera that we've been getting, which has all kind of been silent. You may have seen the name pop up on our video podcast. Executive producer Rochester literally built me a computer from the ground up. It's a monster. And he works in broadcasting. Him and his buddy they're legit and they have many ideas and they want to implement many ideas. And, the only thing slowing us down is winter. So if we can hold off some snow, some things will be changing.
Surprised it hasn't started snowing. Usually around the cabin, it snows like the 20th of October.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's when the world's in limbo.
Nice segue, bro.
Holy snap. They call me the Snap Holy Boy because of this one occasion.
Yes.
They've been calling me that. They knew.
They knew it was coming.
They're friggin' fortune tellers.
So, yeah, man, there's a lot of interesting things on the horizon. And like I said, there may be live streams that are just me. I know for a fact there will be live streams with Evil in the cabin on the when he visits, because we try to get together once every like 3 months. We bank record a lot of stuff, so then we'll just do a live when he's here as well. But once I can get the remote thing figured out, and that way, even from the back room of the video store, as it used to be, he can still join the show.
Yes.
And we'll go from there. But a lot of cool shit.
Yeah. I am super excited for all the podcasts and the live stream stuff to take place, because I know maybe I'll be helping out with that. And it is always a blessing to hang out with the one and only Rottin, Roger DeMarco,
A.K.A.
Orson Trait.
Schooly Funky Boy, A.K.A. Drinking a Pepsi Zero, A.K.A.
I said Fago.
That's right, F Mountain Dew.
That's right, because we
A.K.A.
can't say the real
Sparkly
word.
Jersey Boy. But, also, the other thing that we have now, so we used to do this on the channel, but it was always kind of after the fact. We may have done 1 or 2 live streams of it, but gameplay, because I'm not a gamer, but I'm a franchise fan, and I know that our audience is very aware that this Halloween game is coming out
Oh, yeah.
next year. So I officially have to upgrade my console so that I can play along with Evil, but there will be live streams. Oh, yes, there will be live streams, because I want to roam around Haddonfield. I am so pumped. So that's another thing. Like, it's going to make me play video games, and I fucking hate video games.
Nothing but a waste of time.
But I like playing video games. I like playing video games based on intellectual properties that I like.
And hanging out with your best friends.
That's true.
And making money doing live streams while doing it. Taking your money.
I don't know necessarily that we make money during live streams.
You guys are going to have to prove him wrong. Go down and give him money. Make his day.
You don't have to do that.
Don't do it.
I'm not asking for that.
Take our money. It'll make him happy.
Yes, take it. Take my wife, please. No.
Only money doesn't buy happiness. It only is there.
Thundy said, I'm at the shop editing videos right now. This is the life of a content creator. You're either creating content, editing, thinking of new content, or driving somewhere to make new content. Luckily for me, all of my new content is in the cabin, which is just a hop and a skip away in Brower, Illinois.
Off the rickety trail.
Yeah, not a lot of travel. Just on the other side of the video store, in the woods.
Only like 2 miles down the road.
What I think I want to do, because it's an ongoing joke between Evil and I, is we always talk about how stupid Jason is, and especially in part 2, like he has his shack,
Mm-hmm.
He has a toilet in his shack.
That's not connected to nothing.
It's not hooked up to anything. So he had to have stolen it from the camp where it was hooked up to something so that he could poop and pee properly.
I'm just imagining him with a wrench, like, come on.
No, he didn't. He just mongoloid strengthed it.
Oh,
he just yoinked it
Took
out of the floor.
floorboards with
Yeah.
him.
And the toilet is just sitting in his cabin behind a shower curtain.
Well, he obviously he wouldn't have the wherewithal to be like, I gotta take a dooney boon, so he wouldn't be. Just imagine the most unfortunate timing. A camp counselor walking in. This cabin wasn't here last year. Oh, I'm sorry, man.
There's just corn leaking out from under the wall.
Oh.
But I think it'd be kind of funny to get a busted toilet and put it in.
Put our drinks in it, like in Tremors.
I just want a toilet in the set, a dirty old toilet, so it looks like we also are mongoloids.
That was my nickname in high school. Dirty old toilet.
Dirty old toilet. Mine was
Smelly boy.
Put your face in the toilet, boy. Not. I wish I was kidding.
Friggin' swirly dude.
That's where my hair went. They flushed it down.
Oh man, for real?
Pulled it straight off the dome. But
Just like a freestyle.
mm-hmm. True. Freestyle about
That's a bar.
freestyle about hair. I wish I had you. Please come back. Send me
Make Stan. Or no, make I forgot the name of this. Oh, Kim. Make Kim, but about your hair.
Here, I'll shave with you. Somebody grow. No, I don't know. Why would I shave it if I don't know. I'm butchering bars, but I don't know. I'm happy that this live stream setup is going to work. I'm feeling good. After this video ends, it will go private. So
You guys are the lucky few.
the lucky few that have popped in and been like, "What the fuck is going on?"
So that means you got to download this video before it goes up to private. So you can
Goes up
keep
to
it
private,
forever.
goes away.
That's right.
Um,
Just don't get a virus.
yeah, don't do that. You know, YouTube to MP3 or to MP4 and yoink it a yoink. But I don't know, man. I don't really, unless chat has some questions they want to ask. I've just been rambling. So
Spill them beans, dog.
yeah, this can be AMA Volume 2.0. You know what I'm saying?
AMA stands for auditorily mathematical. Ow.
Arithmetic.
That's right. So, if you guys are doing homework right now and you need someone to cheat off of, ChatGPT, why are you here? We can't do that. Any questions? Ask them Q&A style, baby. Was that a segue?
Yeah, that was
a segue.
perfect segue.
Like Paul Blart's vehicle of choice.
I was just gonna say that.
I know.
Can
you
that
tell
was a
I'm his
perfect.
son?
That was a perfect hoverboard, like that thing Mike Tyson fell on.
What?
I don't. It doesn't make any sense.
I thought you were going to say something about Marty McFly.
I could have, but I
Could've.
didn't.
Manure. Biff. Biffed it, manure boy.
I say, manure. That's why I asked her to prom. Manure.
Manure. This is what he does. Whenever I'm hanging out with this foodang, he's just so rude. He makes me laugh. He makes my diaphragm jiggle.
I can't help it.
Questions, please.
Manure. 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 Some
Manure questions.
Manure questions.
Today, Junior.
I heard O'Doyle rules.
Oh, Doyle. I'm sorry, I just hit the microphone with a bottle.
Clumping on the microphone over there.
Welcome to ASMR. Drinking a Diet Pepsi. Alright, you need to have a constant tapping noise. Get a little
We didn't even have any.
Are you relaxed?
Okay, so Thundy says, if you were a flavor, what flavor would you be?
All I need's my flavor. Like just any flavor, not even soda or anything. I'd probably be cinnamon, cause you not sure if you like it on a dish, but then after a while you're sure you either like it or don't like it.
Okay.
Like cinnamon on peanut butter. You think it's gonna be good, and then it's gross.
I think it is good though.
It's gross.
Is it?
Yeah, one time I made a peanut butter sandwich and I put cinnamon on it, and it just felt like the peanut butter was dry.
And then it was a bad choice.
That doesn't make any. I'm not cinnamon. I'm Moon Miss Blue, because this is what I do.
Moon Miss Blue is delicious. If I was a flavor, what would I be?
Oil.
Part of me wants to say that I'm Blue Hawaiian Monster.
Yeah, that's just your blood.
Used to be Fruit Punch, because I'm a little fruity and I punch motherfuckers. So
Yeah,
that's probably Fruit Punch.
you're a little fruity and you punch people until they're a vegetable.
Heyo. I do. I punch fools in their melon,
Turn you to a piece of broccoli, homie.
or
Green beans.
or just juice. I don't know. Yeah, those things. I would steal a page out of your book because you went with Moon Mist Blue, but I think I can't.
Rock and roll.
I would say like my all-time favorite flavor of anything in the world is rock and rye.
For real?
Yeah,
Like top of the notch.
top. I love rock and rye. There's nothing like it.
He washes his butt crack with it.
I would. It'd be really sticky,
Oh,
more sticky than usual, and my butt hair would
that'd be the worst place to be sticky.
in the booty hole region. Because you would chafe. You'd have like baboon butt.
You'd have to walk like a crab.
Ragoon.
Ooh, food reference. Deep. That's food.
Deep dish.
Deep dish. Deep dive to the deep fried.
I got nothing. That was the only question we were asked. What flavor would you be?
I'll
I'd be
ask you
flavor.
guys a question.
How about that? I'd be Flavor Flav if I was a
Holy
flavor.
clock. He's not the clock.
He is the clock.
He's the clock. I'm going to ask you guys a question, and you got to answer it down in the comments below. If I was a worm, would you still love me?
You fucking dork. No. I'd smoosh you, or I'd fucking put
Remember
you on
when
a hook and go catch a largemouth bass and have dinner.
You can't catch no fish. You can't catch no.
One fish,
Remember
two
when I
fish.
was infatuated with worms and I would put them in my hand? Put them in a little bucket.
Escort them to safety.
And then there was that one long worm, and then Mom stepped on it on accident, and I got so sad.
You have empathy for bugs. You're a very empathetic person.
And that's why
They call you Mr. Empty Boy. Nothing froze either. That's just him.
don't listen to him. It froze.
I'd feed you to my pet bird if you were a worm.
If you were a worm, I probably wouldn't know.
If I was a worm, I'd dye my hair purple and I would hook up with Carmen Electra and I would fucking kick cameramen in the nuts.
That's right.
That's a Dennis Rodman reference. Deep cut.
That is so deep. I can't even. It's
You don't even know who that is.
Dennis Rodman. He's a basketball player.
Was, yeah.
Oh, now he's a 6 foot deep cut.
No, he's still alive. He
He's
just
not-
doesn't play
oh.
basketball. He's old.
Oh, Dennis, old man.
Yeah, well, it's not Rodman anymore. It'd be Limp Man.
Aw.
Because, he has to take Cialis or whatever.
Yeah.
You young whippersnappers with your perfect blood flow.
I don't think you can compliment kids on that and still be a free man.
Yeah. No, I'm going to end up, Chris Hansen's going to walk in.
Why don't you?
Be like, it's cool. It's my own kid. They'd be like,
Holy snap, full circle.
tase that motherfucker.
Full circle. Why don't you take a seat that sits?
Didn't he break his thing? I don't know if Rodman broke his thing, but
He broke his dangalang?
I mean, you can.
Oh, yeah, because Johnny Knoxville broke his ding with the motorcycle. Remember
yeah,
that?
you can definitely injure it. I don't. Yeah. What a weird topic.
Yeah. Let's move. All right, guys. I'm going to ask you another question. If you broke your ding,
Would you dong? I don't.
doorbell reference, deep cut.
Ba-doop-doop, tsh. I am curious though. I know there's only a few folks in here, so
Do we got a number?
2.
2. That's
Two.
like as many people that's watching right now.
That's right. I am curious though if the people watching would be interested in us doing interviews with people, because, like I said, man, we can only talk about movies so many times. From our perspective, the way that we approach talking about cinema. So it's nice to sit down and talk to an actor or a director or whatever, and not just ask them the boilerplate, like, blurb questions. You know what I mean?
What was your favorite part of this movie that you were in?
You gotta ask them oddball stuff. And
Did you have an ingrown toenail film in that scene?
get to know some of the stuff that doesn't wind up on commentary tracks and things like that, and be able to have a kind of loose, off the cuff, joking conversation that still has structure. And that's one of the things that we're looking forward to, because that's how Evil and I talk in general. We always say this. We always say there is a ton of work that goes in to make it seem like we're not working.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I mean, you can't see it because stuff's on the other side of the cameras, right? But like
that severed head.
there's, you know, all of our, we don't have teleprompters, but you know, there's all of our notes and things like that all around, so you can kind of get what you need wherever you're looking. And to kind of maintain that very loose bullshit tone that we have, all while having the things that we need at our disposal. So let's see what's this say.
You saying teleprompter, I don't know why I immediately thought of Smile 2. The scene with Jack Nicholson's son.
Another moderator just handled this. Who's the other moderator that just handled this? Who's here?
What?
If only if you drop worms on them at the end of the interview. Hey, I will.
Dropping my friends?
You know, Evil and I, we did have a propensity to do that with anytime we anytime we talked with someone from the Friday the 13th franchise, we'd try to get them to eat mealworms, maggots.
Mm-hmm. Mealworms.
Yeah, make a meal out of them worms. Kane Hodder was the only one dumb enough to do it. And I love Kane, but we tricked him. And I felt bad.
How'd you trick him?
We told him that CJ Graham ate one. And CJ didn't. CJ was like, Kane is such an idiot that if you take a picture of me putting one in my mouth, like I'm not going to chew it up because I'm like legally, you know, he's like, I'm not allowed to eat what fans give me. Like my agent won't, like, because it could be drugs, it could be anything. So just to be smart, you don't fucking eat things that people give you. You don't drink from, you know, you just don't do that. So he's like, but I'll tell you what, I'll take a picture like I am eating it. You take the open package over to Kane and you tell him, well, CJ ate one, and CJ says you're a punk. And he even wrote on the mealworms, Kane, you're a punk, from CJ. And so it took like 2 years for us to run back into Kane. So these mealworms that long since been dead and expired, like, I mean, but they can't get any more dead.
2-year expired clam chowder.
Right. So
it's a deep cut.
We go up to Kane and we're like, hey, would you want to do this with us? And he's like, not a chance. And we're like, yeah, CJ said you wouldn't. And he's like, what? Yeah, CJ said you'd be a punk. See, he even wrote it on here. Did he eat one? Yeah, CJ ate one. And he's like, give me them fucking worms. And he just ate the whole package. And Evil and I are like, fuck. And we laughed and we took pictures with him. And then we're walking away. We're like, oh my fucking God. And we had planned on being like, got you, bitch. Like that was our whole plan, to be like, we tricked you into eating fucking worms, you dummy. But when Kane Hodder is 3 feet in front of you,
scarfing down Mac,
he's the last person you want to make mad. You know what I mean? Like,
it's freaking Jason Voorhees.
Yeah. Evil's a big dude, but it would literally be like the scene in Holliston. It'd be like, lay down there next to your bitch. Like, he would just...
Freddy versus Jason.
Just rolls right off the tongue. He would have ran right through us like a hot knife through butter.
Like a hockey mask-wielding maniac.
Chopping up teenagers, co-eds. But, yeah. So, that's we did do that for a while. We did the worm thing. And then we chickened the fuck out because I don't want to make people who are professional stuntmen or professional ass kickers mad at me.
Bring mealworms. I'll eat the whole box to prove that Kane Hodder is a punk. I'll eat 2 boxes, 2 different flavors at the same time. Ain't nobody else gonna do that.
I have a worm guy now. His name is Tyson. I don't know if you know him. I can get you his info.
Yo.
Tyson will be out there digging up worms. The first sign of
sign of moisture.
Yeah, soft, gentle dew. He'll be out there the next morning.
All you gotta do, you put a saw in the ground, you hit it with a hammer, Tremors 4 style. Track them worms, boy.
Yeah. Stampede, Earl.
That's Tremors 1.
I know.
I know you know that I know that you know.
You know that we know that I know that everybody knows them.
You've probably seen the Tremors movies more than I have.
Just the first 2, because they're my bread and butter.
I love the fourth one. Unpopular opinion.
I like the one where Burt Gummer dies.
Shut your face hole.
I-
Stuff it with a sponge. So then it absorbs all the moisture and you suffocate.
It's like trying to eat 20 saltine crackers at once.
Yeah. Or a box of mealworms. Kane Hodder reference.
So mealworms, especially 2-year-old expired mealworms, kind of taste like sawdust. I don't know if any of you have ever
They do tend to.
eaten old mealworms, but that's what they taste like.
That's like a family tradition, really.
Every Christmas morning, before you open the first present, you got to eat a box of mealworms.
Prove you're good enough for your presents.
Well, you know, it's for Krampus.
Movie reference, deep cut.
Remember when we all covered Tremors? I do. That was one of the Hall of Fandom episodes that I was able to make it to. Very difficult having the podcast set, like, that was in that transition of moving everything down here. And so I would have to do stuff upstairs in like a weird way. It was troublesome.
That's right.
But now that this stuff's set up, I'll be on any
And it was so easy to set this up. 3 minutes.
I'll be on any show you want, because all I have to do is come down here and click go.
What's he whispering?
I don't know why I'm whispering, but you know, it is just about 7 o'clock. So this was just a little test, and you know, you'll start seeing graphics. We'll start popping things up into the community feed, into the Discord, all of those things to let people know when live streams are actually going to happen.
And if I'm ever back, it won't say evil. It'll say TLM.
Or there won't be names. You know, this whole 3-camera setup thing is a new thing that I'm testing. So it's nice to kind of see that it's working and it doesn't look god awful. Although I keep blocking my face with my microphone because I am
Well, I'm going to sock it to you, sir.
not the brightest. Also, your face is blocked by your microphone.
By this camera?
All cameras, your face is blocked.
Oh.
Just so you know. But yeah,
Well,
I
I'm going to
suppose
sock it to you.
on that note, we should probably get going because after all, there's a lot of movies out there and somebody's got to watch them. So why not us, right?
Also,
Go away and push a stop button. Thank you guys for checking in and making sure stuff was working.
smell your face.